So just to recap, what you're recommending is, first of all, creating the environment, right? Darken the room, create a good schedule.
Completely black room.
Black room, good schedule.
Consistency, same bedtime, same wake up.
Yes. So try to start with the consistency.
And let's say
on the
if you can't fall asleep till 1 p.m, still continue to wake up at 7 a.m.
Right.
And still go bed at 10 o'clock. Just try to keep it consistent until you make it work.
Build that circadian rhythm.
The circadian rhythm back. Earn it back.
Right. Okay, cool. You also want to see physical activity, exercise that wears people out and really helps, because that helps them sleep better.
Yes, even if they're too tired to do much exercise, they can still do some resistance training. Right. They could have a 10-pound weight and do some curls or some upright rows, or they could do some body strengthening, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes, even if they're too tired to go out and go for a run or a bike ride, they've got not having enough sleep. Do some physical things for your muscles. It'll help you produce more hormones that make you sleep better.
And these are things that you need to make time for in your day. If you're so busy that you can't take any care of your body, what's the point of it all?
Right.
I really believe that. Okay, so exercise and then meditation that we talked about, all those different practices that you could practice. Supplementing, do you think people definitely should?
It can help them get over. It can help them, sure. If people, it's not going to hurt, but it's not the main thing. It just helps relax them a little bit with all these other things. And sometimes when people have anxiety, another thing that helps relax them is to take lavender oil. Mm-hmm. They can take a lavender oil supplement at bedtime, which is helpful too, to help relax them. See, I'm trying to give people things that are harmless. They're not as effective as drugs, but at least they're not going to hurt people. You know what I mean?
With the supplements, with the healthy habits that you're doing, could be more effective than drugs. When you say that? Absolutely,
especially long-term. The whole point with drugs is they don't work long-term. They're only a short-term fix.
It's like hurting yourself long-term.
It's a quick fix. It's all the other quick fixes doctors do. And they hurt people long-term instead of fixing things for the long. They only work short-term and they hurt them long-term. So if you get this right, it'll help you your whole life.
Right. So that's where you really have to change the habits, and address the root cause of things.
Right. And not overeating and eating the right food, because then you're detoxing at night and you're waking up agitated or with a racing heartbeat, or you're doing other things to the poor health that's interfering with your sleep. So you put this all together, the exercise, the sleep habits, the regularity of the sleep, and eating right, not over, then you're going to build back better sleep habits and a healthier life.
I didn't realize not going to bed on a full stomach was so key for me in getting my quality, dubbed quality sleep, that it's remarkable, actually. When you start to realize how good sleep can feel and how it affects you. People don't think going to bed full. You always hear people eat late dinner will actually affect your sleep, and it really does. You could feel almost immediately.
Yeah, sometimes you can wake up in the middle of the night and still feel at 1 a.m, you're getting up to go, you still feel you're digesting food in your stomach. And I'm going, shoot, I way overate tonight. I'm still digesting food at 12 at night.
Not to mention all the people who suffer from GERD or serious stuff that's waking them up.
So and they're digesting, and they're eating foods that take so long to digest, and they're eating late at night, and then they have GERD, and then it's waking, and they have other things that wake them up.
It's like the perfect storm for restlessness.
Yeah.
But I would say most people have experienced some insomnia in their lives. So these are techniques that can just help anyone. I know when I was a teenager, I actually experienced a touch of insomnia, which is crazy. But I wish I knew the stuff back then.
We all have stresses in our lives.
Yeah.
And we need some techniques to help relieve our stresses and get back to being more relaxed about life and being happy.
Because you shouldn't carry these stresses with you all of the time. Yeah. You need to actually learn how to process it and let it go out so it's not affecting your overall health.
Exactly.
I really believe that.
And I always say, they say that don't sweat the small stuff and everything's small stuff, but it's really true. If you kind of let your ego go and try to just really enjoy the world around you, and you realize that there's really, I know that people have horrible tragedies in their lives, and and there's war, and there's all kinds of bad things happening. But for most of us who are blessed and who live in this country and have such a good life, there really is mostly small stuff that people are stressed about.
Well, especially when we always talk about, so this could take a while, but when we always talk about self-generated self-esteem, I call it self-love, but when you stop realizing, when you stop just living for other people, trying to please other people and worrying about letting them affect your life, when you're starting to be the best version of yourselves and working toward that every single day, you start to realize how good it feels. And I think a huge part of that is learning how to deal with the stresses in your life and putting a positive spin on it. And also realizing, what's really helped me lately is realizing you don't have to be perfect too. You can try to be the best person, communicate and
Right. We have to don't have to be perfect to feel bad about ourselves when we make mistakes.
No.
We're supposed to be imperfect.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be perfect. Where did we get that idea that we have to do everything perfect? We're just trying our best and we'll all make mistakes.
Once I realized that, I feel like it even made me a better person.
Yeah.
Because then you're just trying to live and be there for people. And if you make mistakes, you just say you're sorry.
Yeah. And we know from running the retreat and seeing what happens with people, I've seen that some people, when they're withdrawing from their addictions and they're going through stressful points in their life like that, they have this negativity bias where they're actually looking for things to be unhappy about, where the littlest thing is annoying to them. It's such a worthless little thing, but they kind of like build up their own importance and their own agitation by looking for things that are irritating them.
Well, because they don't feel good on the inside, so then they're looking to tangibly like put that out in the world.
Put their own negativity on something being the cause of outside of themselves. So this is no good, or whatever it is, they're being annoyed by things around them, tremendously so. And the minute they start to feel better about themselves and they're at peace, the other little things that were bothering them realize they were nothing. But I see that all the time, more now and that I've been around these people that are struggling, and so many people that are, we sit down and have a talk about
what's really going on.
What's really going on, and how they've just magnified, or it's called a negativity bias, which is bad for your health. It's really good to have a positivity bias, so that means looking for the good and looking for things to appreciate in the world around you, looking for things to be grateful for, to appreciate, and to enjoy the aesthetic structure of nature, and to, looking for things we can
Do you consider yourself an optimist?
Yes.
For sure. Yeah, I think me too. And it's also seeing that in other people too, and seeing that in anything, the foods you eat. Like some people are so upset by this diet, and once you put a positive spin, like if you love it, like we do, it's just amazing how into it you are. Like I wouldn't even we could just go, it just relates to so much. So creating one healthy habit can just snowball into creating another healthy habit, same with positivity. Like it really is, everything's a snowball effect.
All these things we're talking about are intertwined with each other.
Yeah.
A good